Hello lovely yogi, my name is Mimi and I welcome you to this flow I'm gonna call full body awakening. It is a short flow that allows us to drop into our body and to check in with ourselves, how we feel. We're gonna start in child's pose. Have your knees a little wider, sink your sit bones heavy on top of your heels and reach with your arms all the way to the front of the yoga mat. Maybe turn your palms upwards in this wonderful gesture of surrender, letting go and receiving for what is. And as we draw our awareness more and more into ourself, into our physical body, we also start to connect with our energy body. And with that, we remember our breath and we feel our breath and we reconnect with it. Take a long, deep breath in, into your belly, up into your rib cage. And then let that breath go. Start to walk both of your hands over to the right side of the yoga mat. Once you're in your final reach, place your hand down, your right hand down on the right side of your right heel. Maybe shift your gaze down to your right foot, and with that allow your right shoulder to roll up a little bit and your left shoulder to tip down a little bit. Feel into that full body stretch of your left side. And then release, bring both arms to your center and from there walk over to your left side. Place your left hand down on the outer left heel. Feel that elongation you're creating here from your right sit bone all the way up to your right fingertips. Maybe a gentle twist here as well by lifting left side up, dropping right side down. Another breath in here and then release and walk your hands back to center. Draw your chin towards your chest, lift your belly button up, and with that round your way coming up on all fours. From here start to send your sit bones back in space, allow your belly to drop, retract your shoulder blades, and out of a cow stretch, sink back down on your heels in child's pose. With a cat stretch, find your way back up high, coming on knees and your hands. Then this time, when you start to cow stretch, curl your toes under, find active child's pose, and then gently lift your knees off the ground, come up into downward facing dog. Start to rise your heels up high, draw your chin towards your chest with a rounded spine, roll all the way to the front, find your plank position, find strength through your plank, then sweeten your knees, stick your butt out and glide your hips back up towards sky, find your way back into downward facing dog. From here, start to lift your heels up high, bend your knees, and then in slow motion, drop both of your knees back down on earth. Walk your hands out in front of you for extended puppy pose. Try to have your hands aligned with your shoulders and allow your heart to drop down to ground. Keep your hips on top of your knees and keep your core engaged so there's still that gentle lift of your belly button up towards your spine. So the opening sensation is arriving in your heart. If you want to go a little deeper, feel free to switch the gaze and come on your chin and look to the front between your thumbs. Allow breath work to open up inside space. From here, take pressure out of your shoulders by swallowing front body into back body and then ripple your way all the way to the front to the point where your hips are touching the ground and your elbows, forearms are coming down to floor. They should sit underneath your shoulders in Sphinx pose. From here, we're gonna bring our left arm in 45 degrees. Bend your right knee and see if you can catch your ankle with your right hand. Pull your knees into each other, keep them magnetized, and then use your arm to pull the right heel just a little closer towards your right sit bone. Still actively lifting pubic bone up towards the tip of the sternum, so the opening sensation is coming to your right front hip. Infuse another breath. And then gently let go. Curl your right toes under as you do so. Place both of your hands beside your rib cage. Find your core engagement. Lift yourself up and bring that left leg with you. Pull your left knee towards your chest. Hug it in and then send that left leg all the way up towards the sky. Roll your left hip on top of your right hip and stretch your left leg just a little longer. So we're back to a side body stretch. Left fingertips all the way up to the foot. Keep your left leg straight. Rotate it to the side and bring it all the way to the front. It's almost like you're pretending to step beside it, but we don't. From here, release, bring it back up high. Bring your left knee into your chest to step so gently between your hands at the front of the yoga mat. From here, undulate your way up high, find your crescent lunge. Arms are aligned with your shoulders, shoulders aligned with your hips. Bring your hands together in front of your heart center. Then from here, pivot on your right foot. Start to straighten your left leg and squat all the way down onto your right heel at the back of the yoga mat for Skandasana. Use your right tricep to open the right hip by giving gentle pressure against that knee. Left arm reaches all the way up towards the sky. Feel how your right ribs are spiraling up to your left ribs. Then from here, place your left hand back down and keep on moving the same direction over to your right side, coming back into a runner's lunge. From here, undulate your way up again into crescent lunge. Inhale, open your arms to the left, right, outside, sweeten your elbows, find your cactus arms, and then from here, interlace your fingers behind your sacrum. Have your lumbar spine still long and think about heart puffing up to the sky. Release, lift your arms back up high, straighten your right leg, reach long, 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 all the way to the front of the yoga mat, and then so gently sprinkle your hands down to earth, folding over that right leg into pyramid pose with that very long stance. Find another half lift, lengthen your spine, inhale, and then drop once more. From here, start then to shift more and more into your right foot. Pick your left leg up high, place your left beside your right, find your forward fold. Exhale out. Micro bend in your knees, flatten your spine, reach with your fingertips to the back, and then come over the sides all the way on top of your head. Pull sky energy down to your heart center. Drink earth energy in through your legs. Tadasana Samastihiti. Then heel toe walk your feet a little wider, as wide as your yoga mat, and gently rotate them outwards. Lift with your arms all the way over your head, and then find a squat here. Try to keep your heels grounded. If not possible, lift them up high and allow your spine rather to be long than rounded, but the heels on the floor, if that makes sense. Take another breath in here. Calm your inside world. Release, exhale out. Ground your hands, place them down on earth in front of you. Step with your right foot back, but keep your legs as wide as they have been in Malasana. Then lower your right knee down. Reach with your left arm all the way to the front. Circle that left arm around and then see if you can come into another bind here, reaching for your right foot. Without hinging the hips, lift your front body into your back body again. So there is still that hip lift up to the ribs happening as you then maybe lower a little further down to your left hip. Roll your right ribs up towards your left ribs. Peel your heart wide open towards the sky. Finish your inhale here and your exhale. Then let go of that foot, curl it under, place your left hand back down on the ground. Lift your hips up high. Bow over your left leg or on the inside of that left leg. Then from here, lengthen your spine, shift more and more into your hands. Come on the toes of your right foot. So the left leg comes light and can rotate all the way back into a three-legged down dog. Then step your left foot beside your right and step your feet centered again. Well done. Pick your heels up high, draw your chin towards your chest with a rounded spine. Roll all the way to the front. Find your plank position. From here, find Chaturanga Dandasana or use your knees or use 8-limb pose, whatever it is in your practice and you prefer to do here. Cobra here. From here, keep your knees grounded and glide back into Child's Pose, and we are back to the start. Throw your chin towards your chest, round your spine as you roll all the way up. Then from here, curl your toes under as you find your cow stretch. Push your hips back on top of your heels. Knees are coming off the floor and we glide up high so gently, gracefully into downward facing dog. Lift your heels, chin tucks down, so the back of your heart is guiding you to the front, coming into a plank position. Soften your knees, stick your butt out to glide back up high. Heart and gaze are resisting as long as they can. Then from here, start to bend your knees, lift your heels off the ground, so gently in slow motion, lower your knees back down to earth. Once you grounded with your knees, walk your hands out in front of you, but keep your hips on top of your knees. Melt your heart down to earth. This time, if you want to go there, place your palms together and then lift your hands off the ground and place the thumbs in the back of your neck. Once you're there, maybe there is even more space for you to walk the elbows out to the front of the yoga mat. different quality here with the elbows bent. So I invite you to really feel into the difference of it without judging it, without categorizing it. Just feel. Be guided by your breath as you explore. And then gently release, bring your hands back down. Start again by swallowing your front body into your back body. Transition into Sphinx pose with a rounded spine. Roll all the way to the front. Lower your hips, your thighs down. Then gently lower forearms and elbows down and come into Sphinx position. Walk your right hand center at 45 degrees. Bend your left knee and see if you can reach your left ankle with your left hand. Once you're there, gently pull your heel in towards your sit bones without loading your lumbar spine. Still lifting the pubic bone up towards the sternum. Infuse breath. Then let go of that foot. Flex your foot so you can curl your toes under straight away. Place your left hand beside your ribs, right hand. Engage through your glutes. Lift that right leg off the ground as well. And then press yourself up into plank position. From here, tuck your right knee into your chest straight away. Maybe kiss your knee and then launch that right leg all the way up into sky. Roll your right hip on top of your left hip and come into a side body stretch in that three-legged down dog. Wonderful. From here, square your hips. Keep your right leg long. As you rotate it all the way to the front, really aim for the outside right hand, but then only pretend. Don't step down. You got this. Swing that right leg back up high. Come into a three-legged down dog. Inhale. To roll all the way to the front, to step between your hands. Exhale out. Wonderful. Brush the earth. Come all the way up. Undulate your way into crescent lunge. Inhale. Tuck your tailbone under here as well. Bring your hands in front of your heart center. Then pivot on your left foot. Find Skandasana on your left leg at the end of the yoga mat. Snuggle your left shoulder in. Use that counter pressure to stay open through the left hip. And then reach with your right arm all the way up towards the sky. Maybe gaze up into that hand. Come back down. Keep on moving the same direction. So we're going to turn around again, coming into a runner's lunge. With your hands on either sides of your foot. Lengthen your spine. Come all the way up high. Find your crescent lunge. Inhale. Bend your left knee. Femur is parallel to the floor. Cactus your arms to come into a bind behind your sacrum. Maybe the other thumb on top. Puff your chest up high towards sky. Inhale so deeply as you do so. Exhale, let go. Lift your arms back up. And then from here, with a long spine, keep your bicep beside your ears as long as you can. Reach to the front of the yoga mat. And then place your hands down on earth. Bow over your left leg. Lengthen half lift. Inhale. Fold over your left leg again. Exhale out. Inhale, lengthen once more. Shift into your left leg to float right leg up high. Flex your right foot to step right foot beside your left foot. So heavy with your toes and your head, fold then over your legs. From here, micro bend your knees, sweep your arms back and around to find your way up. Coming into standing position, look up towards your hands, pull sky energy to your heart, drink earth energy up through your legs, meet in your center. Then heel toe walk your feet apart again. All the way to the outer edges of your yoga mat. Lift your arms up high. Inhale. This time lift your heels as well. Engage through your glutes to stabilize. And then from here with the heels still lifted, squat all the way down. Try to keep your shoulders on top of your hips. From here, press yourself back up high. Feel the burn in your butt and in your quads. And then slowly lower your bum again down between your heels. Try to stay lifted through your heart, but lower heels back down. Snuggle in, find Malasana, our yogi squat. Then from here, glide your right shoulder just a little lower. Place the right hand down, aligned with your right toes, and your left hand on the inside of your left thigh. Lock that left arm and push that left thigh away from you. Still having weight in that left foot though, so both feet are still grounded. Finish this and then come back to center in Malasana to switch over to the other side. So the left shoulder glides a little lower in to the inside of the left thigh. Place your right hand on the inside of your right thigh and then press that knee away. It is a gentle twist here for your spine as well. Find your breath again to go on that exploration of your internal map. Then come back to center. Hands back down to earth. And then step your left foot all the way to the end of the yoga mat, but still have that distance between two heels. Lower your left knee down. Reach to the front with your right arm to circle that arm all the way over your head. Coming into that lizard stretch. From here, pick your left foot up, place it inside of your hand. Once you're there, make sure that you still have connection of hip, the front of it, and your ribs. Maybe looking down to the belly button sometimes helps. Once you are in control here, start to spiral your left ribs up to your right ribs. Lift your heart wide open up to skies. Another breath in here. Let go, exhale. Circle your arm back to the front, place it on the inside of your right foot. Pick your left knee up high. Straighten your right knee. Bow over or on the inside of your right leg. Then from here, start gently or slowly to shift again into hands. Lift your left heel off the ground to the point where your right leg comes free, and you can pick it up and rotate it all the way back around into three-legged down dog. Well done. Place your right foot beside your left foot. Walk your feet centered. Find your downward facing dog. Lift your heels up high, chin to chest. Feel how the back of your heart is guiding you to the front. Find your plank position. Low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, find Bhujangasana. Wonderful. And then from here, come into child's pose. Place your forehead down. Maybe turn your palms upwards again, and then go straight into the after ripples of your practice. You can stay in child's pose, or maybe hero pose is more comfortable for you, and it's easier for you to feel that body hum after that full body spectrum of sensations. Infuse breath. Feel free to go again or to stay there for a little longer to enjoy that wild ride of your inside waters. I say thank you here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your time. See you soon again. Namaste.